Now from Clinton headquarters in Brooklyn, New York, to discuss Friday's shocker is Clinton campaign manager Robbie Mook. Robbie, what's your reaction to FBI Director Comey's announcement, and why do you think he did it?
Chris, well, thanks for having me. We were very surprised by this letter, and what we're asking at this point is that Director Comey just get all the information out on the table, all of it, so that the American people can judge for themselves. This issue was vetted through for months. Director Comey came to a conclusion. We believe that voters have already made up their minds on this issue, so we find it very strange that 10 days out that he's putting this letter out there. And we discovered last night from Yahoo News that he and the Justice Department may not have a warrant to look at these messages. So we just want all the information out there.
Why do you think he did it?
I don't know, and this is the problem, Chris, is that, this letter was put out there. We have no information whatsoever about what might be in those emails, and again, according to Yahoo News, it appears that he may not have seen any of these emails at all. So we think he has a responsibility to the American people to get the information out there so they can judge for themselves.
Well, you talk about the responsibility of the American people to get all the information out. There is someone who knows what's in all those emails, and that is Huma Abedin. Has Secretary Clinton asked her what's in those emails?
Well, Chris, the problem with what you're just saying there is we don't know. We don't know where these emails are from. You're making an inference that it could have been Huma Abedin. Your guess is as good as anyone. And this is why Director Comey needs to get all the information out there.
I'm asking you a direct question. Has Secretary Clinton asked Huma Abedin what was on that laptop that she shared with her husband, Anthony Weiner?
She hasn't, because you just offered a hypothetical on the table. Let me offer you some hypotheticals that I've read in the press. I've heard a hypothetical that these emails had nothing to do with Hillary Clinton whatsoever, that she didn't send or receive.
It doesn't matter. It's still the question of what's in the emails. So why wouldn't she ask Huma Abedin, did you have emails on the laptop, and what's in them? And why wouldn't she ask her?
Well, Chris, you and I are on the same page here. I want to know what's in these emails, too. And Director Comey has put out a letter. It has 3 paragraphs. It says nothing about Huma Abedin. It says nothing about who these emails were to or from. He just said he has information that may be significant. We don't even know if it is. And you showed some of his testimony to Congress just now, where they asked if there's significant information, would you reopen the case? And he said, yes, we will take a look at it. The problem is, we learned from Yahoo News last night, we don't even think he's taken a look at any of this. But again, we don't know if anybody has.
There is at least there's credible reporting out there that this came from the laptop of Anthony Weiner and Huma Abedin. Why on earth wouldn't Hillary Clinton say to her closest personal aide, was there any stuff on that on your laptop, and was it?
Chris, again, I appreciate your question because people want answers. There's nothing about Huma Abedin in the letter that was sent out.
I know that, but why wouldn't Clinton ask her?
Well, why wouldn't Clinton ask anybody? They could be emails from anybody in the world.
But there are no reports that it's anybody else except Huma Abedin.
Again, you're putting out some hypotheticals. There are other hypotheticals that have been put out there. For example,
on the front page of every paper in America, including, I suspect, although I haven't read it, Yahoo News.
Well, and again, I appreciate what you're asking because everybody wants to have the answer, and there's a person who can answer this question, and that's Director Comey. He should put out more information, get everything on the table. He release the information itself, at least provide more detail about what he's talking about. But 10 days out from an election, he's come under intense criticism from former Justice Department officials. This is entirely a breach of protocol. There is a standard that, 6 weeks from an election, you don't put out insinuations like this. And all that's in that letter is innuendo.
Okay,
no details whatsoever.
Robbie, I want to move on, and I want to ask you about Secretary Clinton's reaction. Here's part of what she said on Friday night.
If they're going to be sending this kind of letter that is only going originally to Republican members of the House, that they need to share whatever facts they claim to have with the American people.
Robbie, why would she say something that is so flatly untrue? I have a copy here. It's not very long. It's the letter that Comey sent to Congress. On the front page It's got the 8 Republican chairmen of the committees. If you just turn it over, next page, you got the 8 top Democrats on the committee. Why would she say that it was just sent to the Republicans when, in fact, it was sent to the Republicans and Democrats?
You know, Chris, this has been really overhyped.
Well, she said it. I didn't.
We were all surprised by this letter. She looked at the front page, and as you just said yourself, on the front page of that memo, it lists those Republican chairs. Were the Democrats CC'd at the end of the letter? Absolutely. She looked at the front page of the letter. She has acknowledged, we all acknowledge, this was sent to everybody. Again, what we're concerned and disturbed by is that Director Comey sent a letter saying, we have some information. I don't know if it's significant. I don't know if it isn't. He didn't say where it came from. He didn't say what it was about. He didn't even say whether these emails were sent or received by Hillary Clinton. And furthermore, another hypothetical that's out there is that these are duplicates that have already been released. We need all the information, and Director Comey needs to get it out.
I want to make one more point about this letter. You say it's hyped. Comey sent the letter about 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday. Your campaign chairman, John Podesta, put out a statement at 3:45, exactly the same charge, that this letter had been sent just to the Republicans, not to the Democrats. 3 hours and 15 minutes later, Hillary Clinton makes the same charge. This was a talking point of your campaign, and frankly, it was a dishonest talking point.
Chris, if your question is whether Democratic leaders were CC'd on that letter, the answer is absolutely yes. What's disturbing about this, again, is that a 3-paragraph letter with no information whatsoever about what the FBI is talking about was sent to the individuals named on the letter. It took Jason Chaffetz about, 15 seconds to leak that out to the press, and now all your interviews this morning have been full of hypotheticals and conjectures. Director Comey owes it to the American people, releasing this just a matter of days before the election, to provide all the information. That's what we're asking. Just get all of it out there, and the voters can judge for themselves. We think the voters actually want to hear about what these 2 candidates are going to do to make a difference in their lives, not more relitigating of this email. And we recognize that the director was under tremendous pressure from Donald Trump and Republican leaders.
And now he's under tremendous pressure from your side. The last question I want to ask you is that you're acting as if it was the director who brought this into the election, when the fact is that it was Hillary Clinton who brought this into the election. I want to go back to the email exchange on March 2nd, 2015, when the New York Times broke the story about Hillary Clinton using private emails. We're going to put it up on the screen. Clinton advisor Neera Tanden: why didn't they get this stuff out like 18 months ago? So crazy. Campaign chairman John Podesta: unbelievable. Tanden: I guess I know the answer. They wanted to get away with it. Robbie, it was Clinton who delayed, and it was Clinton who brought this into the presidential.
And it is Secretary Clinton who has said this was a mistake. It is Secretary Clinton who cooperated fully with the investigation, and it was Secretary Clinton who accepted the outcome of that investigation. And what Secretary Clinton is doing now is saying, if there's new information, get it out on the table. Let's get it out. These could be duplicates. Again, it's been reported these emails may not have been sent or received by Secretary Clinton. We don't know anything. And this close to an election, this unprecedented announcement of new information, when again, it's been reported by Yahoo News that the FBI may have not even seen it, that Director Comey sent this unprecedented letter shortly before the election when he doesn't even know what the information is. That's disturbing, and we're just asking him, get everything out there that he knows.
Robbie, thank you. Thanks for joining us today. Always good to talk with you.